having these weird experiences. It happened again last night when I was closing up the shop. Hello? Is anyone there? I think I'm being haunted.
There's a logical explanation for this. I know there is. Please let me help you.
Thank you.
I haven't had a case to work on for ages.
This isn't a case.
Indulge me.
We're in the business of ghost busting now.
I deal in facts, not conjecture.
Letting all this mumbo jumbo get to you.
She claims to be haunted.
Because you haven't found an explanation.
Well, there is no explanation.
Not yet.
Sometimes I fail to see how you do it.
Well, our brains work in different ways.
You have a brilliant mind.
How long have you been having an affair?
I'm not thinking straight, am I?
He is acting oddly.
The investigation is ongoing. I'm not going to let it get the better of me.
That's my girl.
He's here.
There's no one here.
Lizzie!
Helen is out there alone.
And we'll find her. You can't win every battle.
I've got plenty of time.
You're a trouble magnet, aren't you? That is exactly what I keep telling her, Jimmy. Well, I do.
Okay.
Nathalie Cox, thank you so much for joining us here on Screen Watching, and congratulations on this thoroughly enjoyable little romp, Miss Willoughby and the Haunted Bookshop. I guess the first question that these interviews lead off with is tell us about what leapt out at you when the project came your way.
Oh gosh, I mean, what's not to love about Willoughby? It's the kind of movie that I would want to watch myself. I mean, I'm a huge fan of like Murder, She Wrote and Agatha Christie and Miss Marple and, all of that kind of thing. But also I love, Indiana Jones and those kind of sort of mysteries. I apologize profusely. My cat has just
I
jumped
saw
on my
the
lap.
tail. I'm wondering, either this actress has got a tail and is hiding it very well in all her films.
Sorry about that. She wants to be in on the interview. No, she's a big fan of Willoughby as well.
Oh, good.
No, it's the kind of movie that I would absolutely want to watch. And so when the opportunity came up, I mean, I had to grab it with both hands because it's a fantastic role, it's a fantastic character, and it's a really fun story to do. So as an actress, that's the dream.
Yeah, I noticed. Yeah, it's interesting that you say Indiana Jones there. I noticed the nod right at the start of the movie when you're in front of the classroom, and it was very much like the opening to Raiders of the Lost Ark. I absolutely got on it. There's your cat again. That's an adorable cat. What's the cat's name?
The cat's called Cleo.
Hello, Cleo. Hello.
She's usually quite shy, but I've been away quite a bit, so she's rather needy at the moment.
Fair enough, too. Let's get back to the questions. I could talk cats all day, but she comes from not the cat. Miss Willoughby comes from a very sort of rich history of British lady problem solvers, and you mentioned a few there. So she comes with a bit of comfortable familiarity, but that kind of puts the pressure back on the production to establish a point of difference as well. Where does Miss Willoughby break the mold a little bit?
I mean, we set it in modern times. Obviously, there's a hint to, the nostalgia there, especially with the costumes and things like that. Yeah. But obviously, it's set in today's time. I mean, she's got a phone and she's got a car and she runs around and there's, it's just normal day. I think what makes her difference is possibly, her age. She's younger than British sleuths tend to be a little bit older. Or set in their ways. I mean, Miss Marple is the classic one that everybody sort of knows, I think. And obviously she's this sort of little old lady who goes around solving problems, which I think is fabulous, by the way. And, the dream is that, we sort of joked that we could just run Willoughby forever and I could be 90 and in a wheelchair and still solving mysteries. But I think Willoughby's just slightly different because it's her background, she's sort of gone through a bit of tragedy, and she's lives in this grand big house, which not everybody obviously can relate to, but I think her personality people relate to because she's just such a a warm-hearted person who just really wants the best for people. So I think that's what makes her sort of stand out a little bit.
I would also suggest that maybe one point of difference is that I've never seen Miss Marple kickbox a wooden spike pole like you do at the start of the film. I'd like to see that, but I've never seen that. Now, I want you to be straight.
That was fun.
I want to be straight up here. Are you a long-time martial artist with many belts to your name, or was it kind of like, okay, I've got 2 moves, let's get it in the can and move on?
I wish I could say that I was like, a green belt or something like that. I'm not, but I am pretty fit and I do work out. And so when they sort of said, we have these scenes and are you okay doing them? It was fine. I had a few pointers from some people. We had some great stunt people on set who helped. So, but I actually really enjoyed it. I thought it was great. I mean, there's nothing quite, I've done sort of a bit of boxing back in the day. And there's nothing quite like punching an inanimate object to sort of get rid of all your rage and pent up stress. So yeah, I went home after that day feeling very good about myself. Good.
One of the joys of acting. That's great. One of the other joys of acting, and it's clear in the film, is the chemistry you share with Kelsey Grammar. What does he bring as a screen partner? What's it like to share a scene with a man of this gravitas?
I mean, Kelsey's just fantastic. If anybody's seen any other interviews that I've done about Miss Willoughby, they're going to get bored of me talking about how fabulous he is. He's such a nice guy anyway. He's just a genuinely warm, naturally easygoing person, but he is a fantastic actor. And I think, and I've said this before several times, when you work alongside somebody who is at that level, your game gets raised, so as an actress, when you suddenly are working with people like that, it's just fantastic because you suddenly realize that you're reaching and you're doing a better job. He's just incredible to work with. He's always on it. He knows, he hits every mark. I mean, he's just fantastic. Honestly, I just can't. I gush so much about how great it is to work with him, but honestly, it's a dream. He's easygoing to work with. He works through the scenes with you before you start filming. It's 2 takes and you're done because it all fits perfectly. But also I do think that our personalities really matched. And I think, like you said, it comes across on screen.
It really does.
That we really have this, you can honestly believe that we have a history together, which was wonderful.
Well, it certainly isn't a horror tale. It certainly dabbles in the supernatural and very effectively and very sweetly towards the end of the film as well. Was that a stretch for her? Are you a believer in the ghostly netherworld?
It's funny because actually no one's ever asked me that question, and I've had it twice today. So
really?
Yeah, which is very strange. I do believe that there is something out there. I do honestly think that people can see ghosts and spirits, and there's a crossover. I've never experienced it myself, and I probably would cry and probably wet myself if it happened. But I don't know how I would handle it. But I definitely think there's too many opportunities that people have seen, or things that have happened to people, for there not to be something out there, and sort of, as without giving any spoilers away, I think we touch on this in the movie. There are things that have not been explained. So I think that I like to keep an open mind.
They're terrific scenes in the films, and yes, I'm sort of the same way as well. So there's a very short scene, you may not even register with you, in which you are walking down a cobblestone street. There's a big church steeple in the background, and there's this white house front with blue shutters just to the right of you, or to the right on screen. It's one of the loveliest things I've seen on film in a long time. York looks like a beautiful place to film. What do you recall of the experience?
I mean, I ended up living here, so York is beautiful, I have to say. And we filmed it all on location. So we filmed a little bit in York, a little bit in one of the villages outside, and Birdsall House, which is one of the big stately homes that they have up here, was, the Willoughby mansion. It's stunning, and it's so British that it's just absolutely perfect for the film. We honestly, you can't make those locations. It's just incredible. And I do not work for the York Tourist Board, but if you get the opportunity to come and visit, do so, because it's just beautiful. And we have so much history up here as well that I honestly think that helped bring the film to life.
Yeah, I totally agree. It's a stunning looking film. It absolutely is. What's the mood like in the UK industry at the moment? Has the sector begun bouncing back a bit?
Yes, we have. I mean, we filmed Willoughby in 2020 in the middle of the lockdown.
Well, didn't want to get all COVIDy and ask that, but there must have been a period of crossover there, which would have been put a bit of pressure on the production.
Yeah, I mean, MSR and Philippe Martinez, who's the producer on it, did an incredible job of making sure that everybody felt safe, everybody was safe. We had a lot of protocols set in place. We were quite lucky that it wasn't a huge, cast and crew. Basically, we could keep ourselves in a bubble. And luckily, somehow we managed to get it made, even at the height of the pandemic. The industry is definitely bouncing back, thank goodness. I think that everybody just needs to get back to work, and everybody wants to get back to work. And, we want to make movies, we want to make, entertainment for people. So things are picking up definitely in the UK, which is great to see.
Sure. The Haunted Bookshop certainly feels, and you alluded to this earlier, feels like a bit of a franchise starter. Is Miss Willoughby a character you could add layers to and develop in future installments?
Oh, absolutely. I mean, I'm manifesting it that Willoughby's going to just keep going. I would love to do another one. I can't say for certain if they're going to. I think everybody involved would love to do another one. So we're just going to have to wait and see whether the movie gods smile upon us in order to make that happen. But I definitely think that there's so many layers of her, and things that we haven't even explored in the first movie that's out now. I think that it's a story that can continue. There's always a mystery out there to be solved, isn't there?
Certainly is.
But as a person as well, I think that she's got lots of extra things that definitely could lend itself to a franchise.
And when you get into the sequels and you get into the T-shirts, a bit of that merch money, that always helps. That's good. The lunchboxes and the Happy Meals.
I did say when I was wearing the green tracksuit in the fighting scenes at the beginning, I was like, "This, we could do a workout video." I'm just saying,
happen.
Getting fit with Willoughby.
Nathalie Cox, it's been so lovely to talk to you. Congratulations on the film. It's currently available through Defiant Home Entertainment here in Australia, on DVD and on all the channels as well. And check your local territories. Thank you so much for spending time with us. I'm glad we got to do this. It's been a joy.
Thank you so much for having me.
Okay, bye-bye.
Take care. Bye.